Plain kibble keeps your dog alive and that's it. Not thriving, not truly happy, not at their best, just surviving. And every single day you place that bowl down, your dog's body slowly pays the price for what it's missing. But what fills that gap costs almost nothing. It's already in your kitchen. You just need to learn what to add and how to use it, and the results can start showing in as little as 7 days. Number 1, eggs. Crack 1 egg over your dog's kibble 3 times a week and watch what happens within 30 days. The coat gets shinier, the skin stops flaking, the energy shifts, subtly but noticeably. Here's why. Kibble protein is processed at extremely high temperatures. By the time it reaches your dog's bowl, a significant portion of its amino acid value has already been destroyed. Eggs replace exactly what that process strips away. 1 egg delivers complete protein, natural fat-soluble vitamins, and something called biotin, which directly controls how your dog's coat grows, sheds, and repairs itself. Raw or lightly scrambled, no salt, no butter, just the egg, that's it. And the results will make you wish you started this years ago. But a shiny coat means nothing if your dog's gut is silently failing them. The next ingredient fixes exactly that, and most owners don't even know their dog needs it. Plain pumpkin puree. If your dog has ever had soft stool, unpredictable digestion, or just seems uncomfortable after eating, this is the ingredient that fixes it quietly and completely. 1 to 2 tablespoons of plain pumpkin puree. Not pie filling, just pumpkin. What makes it work is soluble fiber, the kind that absorbs excess water in the gut, slows digestion when it's too fast, and speeds it up when it's too slow. It literally balances both problems with 1 ingredient. But the part nobody talks about? Pumpkin feeds the good bacteria already living in your dog's gut. Healthier gut bacteria means better nutrient absorption from every meal, including the kibble they already eat. Better digestion, calmer stomach, more from every bowl. Now, what if 1/2 teaspoon could protect your dog's skin, fur, immune system, and joints all at once? The next ingredient does all 4, simultaneously. Coconut oil, 1/2 teaspoon. That's all it takes to start changing how your dog looks, moves, and feels from the inside out. Coconut oil contains medium-chain fatty acids, a type of fat the body converts directly into energy instead of storing it. That means faster cellular repair, stronger immune response, and a coat that starts reflecting light differently within weeks. But here's the piece most people skip. Coconut oil has natural antimicrobial properties. That means it works against the same bacteria and yeast that cause paw licking, ear issues, and recurring skin problems in dogs. You're not just adding shine. You're removing the root cause of problems that cost owners hundreds in vet visits. Start with 1/2 teaspoon. Work up slowly. Your dog's body will tell you it's working. But what about your dog's brain and joints aging right now? Silently, every single day. The next ingredient is the only one that tackles both at the same time. Sardines in water. Once a week, 1 small can. No oil, no salt, just sardines packed in water. And what this does to your dog's brain, joints, and heart over time is something no kibble formula can replicate on its own. Sardines are one of the highest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. And omega-3 does 3 things simultaneously in your dog's body. It reduces inflammation in the joints, supports the neurons that control memory and mood, and strengthens the cardiovascular system from the inside. Older dogs feel it in how they move. Younger dogs feel it in how they think and respond. And unlike fish oil supplements that go rancid sitting in a capsule, sardines deliver omega-3 in its most complete bioavailable form. 1 can, 1 day a week. Real difference. Now here's the part that surprises everyone. Your dog's immunity is being built or destroyed in 1 specific place inside their body. The next ingredient goes directly there. Plain Greek yogurt. Your dog's gut is running an entire ecosystem, and that ecosystem determines how much nutrition they actually absorb from every meal they eat. 1 tablespoon of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt 3 times a week puts billions of live beneficial bacteria directly into that system. These probiotics don't just help digestion. They compete with harmful bacteria for space in the gut lining. They regulate the immune response. They reduce the kind of chronic, low-grade inflammation that quietly ages dogs from the inside, the type that never shows up in a routine vet check until it's already done significant damage. Make sure it says live, active cultures on the label, and make sure there's zero added sugar or artificial sweetener. Xylitol in yogurt is fatal for dogs. 1 tablespoon. Real cultures. Real change. But immunity alone isn't enough if your dog's teeth are rotting silently every single day. The next ingredient handles that, and the benefit hidden inside it goes far deeper than most people expect. Raw carrots. Here's something your vet probably hasn't mentioned. Your dog's teeth are accumulating plaque every single day, and Kibble does almost nothing to stop it. Raw carrots do. The firm texture mechanically scrapes the tooth surface as your dog chews, reaching areas that even toothbrushes miss. But that's just the visible benefit. Inside the body, carrots deliver beta-carotene, which converts into vitamin A and directly supports your dog's eye health, immune cell production, and the integrity of every mucous membrane in their body: nose, throat, gut lining. Cut them into chunks. Give 2 or 3 pieces daily. Let your dog work through them, and while they're chewing, you'll notice something. They're calm, focused, satisfied. Raw carrots hit a primal need for dogs that soft treats simply never touch. Now, what if one simple liquid could fix your dog's joints, protect their liver, and make even the pickiest eater finish every single bite? That's exactly what's coming next. Bone broth. This one doesn't just improve the meal, it transforms it. Pour 2 to 3 tablespoons of plain, unsalted bone broth over your dog's kibble and watch what happens. They finish every last bite, even picky eaters, even dogs who normally sniff and walk away. But the reason to add it goes far beyond taste. Bone broth is naturally rich in collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin, 3 compounds that maintain cartilage, cushion joints, and keep connective tissue supple as dogs age. This is what expensive joint supplements are trying to replicate in pill form. It also supports liver detoxification. The liver processes every toxin your dog encounters, from food, environment, and medications. Bone broth provides the amino acids that keep that process running efficiently. Homemade is best. Store-bought must say unsalted, no onion, no garlic, non-negotiable. But joints and liver are just 2 organs. What about your dog's brain? The one aging right now, every single day, faster than you realize. The next ingredient slows that process down at the cellular level. Blueberries. 5 to 8 blueberries per day. That's the dose. And what it does at the cellular level is something most dog owners never think about. Every time your dog breathes, metabolizes food, or fights off an infection, their body produces free radicals. These unstable molecules damage cells over time. That damage accumulates, and the result is faster aging, weaker immunity, and higher cancer risk. Blueberries contain some of the highest antioxidant concentrations of any food on Earth. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they cause damage, slowing the cellular aging process in a measurable, documented way. And there's a brain benefit specifically. The same compounds that protect against cognitive decline in humans have shown identical effects in aging dogs. Sharper responses, better memory recall, more awareness. 5 blueberries, daily. The simplest longevity habit you'll ever build. Now, what if 2 ingredients from your spice rack could eliminate the inflammation quietly destroying your dog's joints, gut, and organs every single day? And what if most owners throw one of them away without ever knowing what it does? Turmeric plus black pepper. These 2 always go together. One without the other barely works. Together, they're one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory combinations you can give a dog. A 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric mixed with a pinch of black pepper, stirred into kibble 4 times a week. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, reduces inflammatory markers throughout the body. Joints, gut lining, skin, organs. It works system-wide. The black pepper matters because it contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the turmeric passes through without being absorbed. Mix with a tiny amount of coconut oil to help it bind to the food. That's the formula. 4 times a week, and over 60 days, the change in how your dog moves will tell you everything. But inflammation is only half the problem. The other half is energy, and if your dog has been seeming flat, dull, or uninterested lately, the next ingredient targets the exact biological reason why. Cooked sweet potato. When your dog seems low energy, not sick, not injured, just dull and flat, this is usually the first thing to add. A 1/4 cup of plain cooked sweet potato 2 to 3 times a week. Sweet potato delivers complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly and steadily throughout the day, instead of the sharp spike and crash that comes from the refined starches in most kibble formulas. But the benefit that surprises most people is the mood connection. Sweet potato is one of the richest food sources of vitamin B6, a nutrient that directly influences serotonin production in the brain. Low B6 means lower serotonin. Lower serotonin means a dog that seems flat, disinterested, and harder to engage. This isn't a treat, it's a biological reset, and you'll feel the difference in your dog's attitude within 2 weeks. Now, what about allergies? If your dog scratches, sneezes, or reacts seasonally and nothing has worked, the next ingredient targets the root cause in a way most owners have never tried. Raw apple, 2 to 3 thin slices. Seeds removed, always. The seeds contain trace amounts of cyanogenic compounds. The flesh is completely safe and genuinely beneficial. That one detail is non-negotiable. Apple flesh delivers quercetin, a natural compound with antihistamine and anti-inflammatory properties directly linked to reduced allergy symptoms in dogs. If your dog scratches seasonally, sneezes frequently, or has recurring skin reactions, quercetin is often part of the answer. Beyond that, apple delivers malic acid, which supports liver enzyme function and helps the body break down and eliminate toxins more efficiently. And the fiber in apple skin feeds the gut microbiome differently than pumpkin does. Variety in fiber sources means variety in the bacteria that thrive, and a more diverse gut microbiome means stronger immunity across the board. 2 slices, seeds out, 3 times a week. Most people skip ingredient 12 completely. And that single decision is quietly costing their dog something that no supplement, no vet visit, and no kibble upgrade can ever replace. Kefir. Most people skip this one, and that decision costs their dog more than they realize. Kefir is fermented milk, but it's not the same as yogurt. It contains a significantly broader spectrum of probiotic strains, and it's naturally low in lactose, which means even dogs who are sensitive to dairy can typically tolerate it without any digestive reaction. 1 to 2 tablespoons, 3 times a week. What kefir does that standard probiotics don't, it actively colonizes the gut lining with beneficial bacteria instead of just passing through. That colonization rebuilds the gut barrier. And a strong gut barrier means fewer toxins leaking into the bloodstream, less systemic inflammation, and a stronger immune response to everything your dog encounters. If your dog has ever been on antibiotics, their gut microbiome took a serious hit. Kefir is how you rebuild it. Plain, unsweetened, no artificial flavors. Start slow, 1 teaspoon, then build up. But here's something almost no one thinks about. Your dog is mildly dehydrated right now, not visibly, not dramatically, but silently, every single day. And the next ingredient fixes that from inside every meal. Chia seeds, 1/2 teaspoon, soaked in water for 10 minutes before adding to kibble. That soaking step matters. Dry chia seeds absorb water in the gut, which can cause discomfort. Soaked, they become a gel that moves through the digestive system smoothly, carrying everything with it. Chia delivers plant-based omega-3, soluble and insoluble fiber simultaneously, and a mineral profile that includes calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, 3 minerals that work together to maintain bone density as dogs age. But the overlooked benefit is hydration. Soaked chia holds up to 12 times its weight in water. When mixed into kibble, it dramatically increases the moisture content of the meal, which is significant because most dogs on dry kibble diets are operating in a state of mild chronic dehydration without any visible symptoms. More moisture, better bones, smoother digestion. Now, what about the dogs who seem uncomfortable after every meal? Gassy, unsettled, slow to recover? The next ingredient solves that problem faster than anything else on this list. Raw ginger, a small amount, 1/8 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, once or twice a week. This is the ingredient that helps dogs who struggle after eating, the ones who seem unsettled, gassy, or uncomfortable in the hour after a meal. Ginger accelerates gastric emptying, meaning food moves through the stomach faster and more completely. That reduces fermentation in the gut, which is the root cause of most post-meal gas and bloating in dogs. It also has documented antiemetic properties, meaning it reduces nausea, which is why it helps dogs who get carsick and dogs recovering from illness who have lost interest in food. And ginger is a natural circulatory stimulant. Better blood flow means better nutrient delivery to every organ, tissue, and cell in your dog's body. Small dose, big reach. Once or twice a week is all it takes. You've made it to the last ingredient. And this one is different because it doesn't just add nutrition. It makes your dog actually want every single one of these ingredients you just learned about. Don't skip this one. Raw honey, 1/4 teaspoon, once or twice a week. And it has to be raw, local honey, not the processed kind in the plastic bear bottle. Here's why the source matters. Local raw honey contains trace amounts of regional pollen. Regular exposure to that pollen, in tiny amounts, gradually trains the immune system to stop overreacting to it. The same principle behind allergy immunotherapy applied naturally through food. For dogs with seasonal allergies, this alone can reduce symptoms noticeably over the course of a full season. Raw honey also contains natural enzymes, antibacterial compounds, and antioxidants that processed honey destroys completely during heating. And it makes kibble irresistible to picky eaters, which is why this ingredient earns its place at the end. After 14 additions that transform the nutrition, this one makes sure your dog actually finishes every bite. 15 ingredients, already in your kitchen, already within reach, and every single one of them does something your dog's plain kibble bowl has never been able to do on its own. Now here's my question for you. Which one are you adding first? Think about it for 1 second, then drop it in the comments right now. Just the name. Just one word. And if you want me to build you a complete weekly rotation plan, exactly which ingredient on which day, how much, and in what combination, just comment the word plan right now. I'll get it to you personally. Because the owners who follow a rotation, their dogs don't just improve, they transform. Better coat, stronger joints, calmer gut, more energy, longer life. And it started with one comment. Your dog's next meal is your first opportunity. Don't let it pass.